types of Sotapanna. For each of these individuals, there are two individuals. One is practicing to be a Sotapanna. The other one already attained Sotapanna. Right? So then there are two. One is after become Sotapanna, one is trying to become Sakadagami, and the other one already Sakadagami. One is trying to become Anagami after became Sakadagami, then another one already Anagami. One is trying to become Arahant, who is already Anagami, one is already Arahant. Now, how many people are there? 8 individuals are there.
Magga and Pala, Bhante.
Pardon me?
Is it Magga and Pala?
Yeah, Magga and Pala. Fruits and path. Path and fruits, actually. Sotapanna path, Sotapanna fruit. Sakadagami path, Sakadagami fruit. The fruit means not durian. Fruit means here the person who attained. So I think fruit, what is this fruit? The fruit means that you attained it. And Sakadagami person who is on the journey to become a Sotapanna, the person who is already a Sotapanna. So this is how we take the number 8. Now, how do we break them down to 4 pairs? How do we do that? How do we do it? Any thoughts? You won't find it in the translation, right? That's the problem. You won't find anything about it here. See, the translation has anything. They just say 4 pairs and 8 persons. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how do we break them down to 4 pairs? How do we do that? Okay, Sotapanna fruit, path and fruit is 1 pair. Sakadagami path and fruit is 1 pair. Anagami path and fruit is the 3rd pair, 1 pair. Arahanta, Magga and fruit is the last pair. So there are 4 pairs now. Now, how do we take the 8 individuals?
Eight individuals?
Yeah. Now it says there are 8 wise individuals and they are categorized as 4 pairs. How do we take these calculations to understand?
4 who become and 4 are. That means 4 of them already achieved.
4 are on the path. 4 already have attained the fruit.
Yes.
Okay. Now there are 8. Yeah. That's how we take the 8. Now, who are on the path? Who are already with the fruit? How do we take that? What are their names?
Anagam, the Sotapanna and
2 Sotapanna, 2 Sakadagami, 2 Anagami, 2 Arahant. But they are not, we can say 2 Sotapanna. We can say Sotapanna Magga, Sotapanna Pala. Sakadagami Magga, Sakadagami Pala. Anagami Magga, Anagami Pala. Arahanta Magga, Arahanta Pala.
How do you spell the path? P-A-T?
Yeah, path. P-A-T-H.
Oh, path. Okay, path and fruits. Okay.
Yeah, path and fruits. So we can see 4 paths. 4 paths and 4 fruits. Next. Okay. Okay, so now this is about the sangha. Now, when we talk about the sangha, these are the individuals that are that should be existed in the sangha. Now, somebody might question, what's the category that is reflected in the modern sangha, present sangha? Right? Now, the Buddha said, these are the sangha that you have to respect, you have to offer dana and all that. Now, let's say, if the sangha is not attained Sotapanna, but still they are part of this categorization. How are they going to be a part of the categorization? Because the monks and nuns, they are trying to become Sotapanna. So they represent the first Arya, first category of the Aryas is 8. Okay. Ye Puggala Atta Satam Pasatta, there are 8 wise individuals in the Sangha, and those wise 8 individuals that are present in the Sangha can be broken down into 4 pairs, 2 for Sotapanna, 2 for Sakadagami, 2 for Anagami, 2 for Arahant. But don't take there are 2 Sotapanna, okay? Because there is one already trying. Don't say that there are 2 Sotapanna, 2 are Sakadagami. I was trying to say that way because it's kind of clear and easy. Now, interestingly, it talks about the importance of the Sangha. They means these individuals, 8 individuals, they are Dakshineya. What is Dakshineya? This is an ancient term. Okay, the ancient term that we see in the Sanskrit books, Hinduism, is dakshina. The Hindus know this, dakshina. Dakshina means in ancient Hinduism, it is said that when somebody passes away, somebody else from the family has to give the dakshina by doing the pindadana, called it pindadana, rice bowl. Let's say mother passes away, father passes away, so you have to offer pinda as the dakshina. So dakshina means that another word for the modern day dana, actually. Now I'm gonna share with you a sutta that similarly exactly goes by the name called dakshina. The sutta number is 142 M Majjhima Nikaya, Dakshina Vibhanga Sutta. It's going to be Majjhima Nikaya 142. In this sutta, there is a very nice, interesting story. Remember when Pajapati Gautami came to the Buddha to offer a robe, the Buddha said, "Do not offer this robe to me this way." And then he explained how is the intensification of the good karma categorized in Buddhism. The Buddha said in this sutta, there are 14 types of personal danas. Interesting, huh? Because you all do dana. There are 14 types of personal danas. 14 types of personal danas. And then there are only 7 types of sanghika dana. Now, today you will know whether my dana is a sanghika dana or a personal dana. Interesting, huh? We talk about, okay, I'm doing sanghika dana, but is it sanghika dana or not? We have to know by understanding these clarifications in the Dakshina Vibhanga Sutta 142. Now, the Buddha says, there is someone, okay, it goes by number. So the first personal dana is offered to the Buddha, Samma Sam. Let's say you living at a time when the Samma Sambuddha is living, so you offering something to the Samma Sambuddha. That's the first personal dana. The second personal dana is you offer dana to a Pacceka Buddha. Okay? Pacceka Buddha. The third, probably right here, that would be nice, huh? Easy for you. Samma Sambuddha. First, that is the first personal dana. Second one is for a Pacceka. Second personal dana is the Pacceka Buddha. Third one is for a Arahant. The fourth one is for a somebody who is on the path, the Arahanta Magga, as we talked about. Huh? I will call it Arahanta Magga. I can say Arahant to be, yeah, that's a good term. Huh? Arahant to be. Magga, path. The fifth one is anagami. Sixth one is anagami path. Don't say this one. These are the personal dhanas. Huh? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Now the seventh, sakadagami. 8 personal dhana is sakadagami path. The ninth one is sotapanna. The 10th one, sotapanna path. 11th one is, this is very interesting. Now, before the Buddha talks about the importance of the virtuous monastics, Buddha say there may be other religious teachers, disciples who are not Buddhist, but who have less karma. They are also, they should also be offered some dana. It could be a Hindu, could be a Christian, could be a Muslim. Who knows? So this one is the number 11. I would say non-Buddhist, a non-Buddhist who has less karma, or I would say raga actually. Everybody has raga, but it is less. Huh? It's the 11th. The 12th one, here we call it unenlightened, like normal monks, unenlightened monk. Sorry, we call it unenlightened virtuous person. So listen. The 13th one, unenlightened non-virtuous person. Last personal dana, 14th one, animal. Interesting, huh? So these are the 14 personal dhanas. So how many of you have done these personal dhanas? Now you can see the what do you call the level of the good karmas you are creating. Now, when you try to offer a personal dana, this is how the degree of your merits will be created. If you offer it to a Samma Sambuddha, it's the highest. Then Pacceka Buddha, Arahant path, Anagami path, Sakadagami path, Sotapanna path. But then look at the non-Buddhist. So they are even higher than a normal unenlightened virtuous person. Let's say there's a monk who is not yet attained any spiritual attainments. I mean, this should not be regarded as, okay, I'm not going to give off a dana anymore. It's not like that, okay? You have to keep offering your dana. But this is how you are creating merits. Interestingly, Buddha talks about the 11th one is somebody who might not be a Buddhist, but who have less karma, less greed, less. Such people are always good, even though they are from different religions, because they have less karma. The 12th one is a unenlightened sila person. 13th one is unenlightened dussila person. The 14th is animal. Now, if some one of you think about, okay, see, the animal has come to the 14, my cat and dog. So see, giving food to them is the lowest here. Don't think that way. You have to keep giving the food, feeding the food, the animals, if you've been doing that in the future. But this is how you are creating greater good karmas, depending on the personal dhanas. Let's talk about the sanghika dana now. 7 sanghika dana. You talk about 7 types of sanghika dana. The first one is that you offer a dana to the monks and nuns headed by the Buddha. That means it's Samma Sambuddha. Can you do that now? Oh, you can't do it now because the Samma Sambuddha is not giving any more. That's the first sanghika dana. Second one, a dana to the monks and nuns in the absence of the Buddha. Don't count my spelling errors now because I'm typing fast. Just to give you a second. So, is this dana happening now? Yes, because the Buddha has already passed away. This is happening. The third one is a dana to the monks only. The fourth one, a dana to the nuns only. Fifth, six, seven is very interesting. Huh? A dana by inviting certain numbers of monks and nuns. Is this happening nowadays?
Yes.
Okay, what do you talk to monk? Bhante, I want to offer a dana, but I only can afford, I only can accommodate 6 months. This is that dana, right? You say the number, that's the number. The fifth dana, sanghika dana is like that. Sixth one, but not even here, monks, both monks and nuns, you say a number. Okay, I want 5 monks from this temple, 3 nuns from that temple, something like that. The sixth one is a dana to the monks by I would say deciding a number. You go to the temple, you say that I want 5 monks, no nuns. And the seventh sanghika dana is a dana to the nuns by deciding a number. Okay.
Bhante,
Yeah, go
isn't
ahead.
5 and 6 the same? By inviting certain monks and nuns. That means there's a mixture, is it? Monks and nuns.
Yeah, both monks and nuns. But you want a number from both monks and nuns. But 6 one, only the number comes from monks. 7 one, the number only comes from the nuns.
Okay. Sorry, I lost my voice.
I don't feel that. So should be the others. Any questions about the 14 personal danas and 7 sanghika danas at this point? If we jump into the next stuff.
Yes, Bhante, does it mean number 3 is higher than receive more merits than number 7, or what? Is there a priority of the ranking?
This color one is for this one. The white box in my car.
Yeah. Can you go ahead again?
Bhante, I'd just like to find out whether if we give dana just to the nun or to the monk number 3 and 4, is it higher priority than 6 and 7? The ranking 1 to 7, is there
Okay. So the greater merits will also be created even among the sanghika danas. So the first is the greatest, the 7 is the lowest. I mean, that means if you could give a dana to the living Buddha headed by monks and nuns without deciding a number, that's the highest.
Highest.
That's the highest because you can't do it now, right?
No, that is the highest with the real Buddha.
Sanghika danas.
Yes.
I mean, now these are sanghika danas. The Buddha said sanghika danas are the what do you call the greatest over the personal danas. If you offer sanghika dana, because that includes both monks and nuns headed by the Buddha. If the Buddha is absent for some other reasons, even if he's already passed away, then you're gonna go to the next different numbers as it goes.
So I noticed, Bhante, the number 2, 3, and 4, there is no numbers. So any numbers without certain numbers. So it's higher than 4, 5, 5, 6, 7?
Yes, because if you create a number, then you only offer it to a
Limiting.
certain limiting. But don't take it as a personal thing right away, because this is aimed at kind of a banker, like let's say a banker, a king. They invite as many monks who can come to what do you call, to the palace, to the place. You can't do that. Can you invite 100 monks to your house tomorrow morning? You are not ready also. Probably you may not have space to. So, this represent everybody in this society. So don't take it only to yourself, because there are people who can accommodate more. There are people who can accommodate less. So, but this is how it works.
And Bhante, can I know whether is there any significance of the number? Sometimes seven sangha come, or sometimes 9, or sometimes 5. So is it has the odd number or even, or is there any significance in it?
What do you think about that idea with this teaching? Now, if you make a number, then what will happen to your sanghika? Is it getting higher or is it getting lower?
Lower. Because earlier it was 2, 3, 4 is no numbers.
No numbers. But I will get to your question after. But when you offer dana in today's world, you will have to have a number because of how things happening now. Even the monks might say, we cannot find a lot of monks, only we have 5 or 6, 7, they are busy, right? So you have to go for a number. So that's okay. But merit making is a complicated topic. It's a very complicated topic. When you take that topic, that means if you could offer to as many monks as you could, that is very great. Now, answering to your questions about the numbers, so when you have to decide the number because of the time, but don't need to decide the number. If you have to decide the number, I don't think there is any auspicious nature of the number. But in some cultures, they say some numbers are not auspicious. Like, in Chinese culture, they have some issues with some numbers. There are some flows too, right? Sometimes. But in some other cultures also, they might think 9 is not good, 7 is not good. These are odd numbers. Let's make it even. There may be some issues with numbers, but here we don't have number issue. But if you set a number, the quality of the sanghika will go a little down. This is what we have to understand here. But at this point, what we have to understand, we may have to go with the number because we can't afford that many months. We won't have a lot of space also. But at least we have to be happy because we can do at least. Now, let's take a look at it. The 7th dana you can do. You can decide 4 nuns from a temple. 6th dana you can do 4, 5 monks, or even 1 monk. 5th dana also you can do maybe a blend of monks and nuns. Or let's say 5 monks, 3 nuns. 4th dana, a little different, little difficult. Let's say you go to a monastery, say, I can't bring them to my house. I will offer dana to everybody in this temple. That's a good idea, right? Without asking them to come to your house. Say, today there are 40, I don't know how many monks and nuns are in the temple. The 3rd one also possible if you go to a monastery sometimes. The number 2 may also be possible because if there are nuns and monks together, but the first one is not possible at the moment. The Buddha is not living anymore with us. Okay, it's kind of an off topic, but it's not off topic. It is connected to the dakshina. Yeah. You see the name of the dakshina here. So now we're gonna get back to this the stanza. The stanza says, "Ye puggala atta satam pasatta." There are 8 white individuals that are being praised by the Supreme Buddha. These 8 wise individuals are further broken down into 4 pairs, as we already know. Sotapanna Magga, Sotapanna Pala, Sakadagami Magga Pala, Anagami Magga Pala, Arahanta Magga Pala. And we take those 8 as pairs, 4 pairs. These wise 8 individuals, which also can be considered as 4 pairs, are to be considered as dakhineya. Now here dakhineya means worthy of offerings. Dakhineya means worthy of offerings. Can somebody tell me any other place where you found out this term?
When we chant I think the salutation to the sangha, is it?
Supadipanno Bhagavato
Yeah.
Savaka Sangho, Ujupadipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Nyaya Padipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho,
Yeah.
Samiti Padipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Yadidam Chattari Purusapugalani.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you see those 8 and 4, it says Dakhineyo.
Yes.
You can see Dakhineyo. Dakhineyo means they are worthy of offering. So these 8 individuals are worthy of offerings, whatever the food
Yeah.
you have. Not even that, Sugatassa Savaka, they are the disciples of the enlightened one. Now, this is very interesting. Sugatassa means one of the quality of the Buddha. Remember where you see that quality? Itipiso Bhagava Arahan Samma Sambuddhu Vichachana Sampano Sugato. It's one of the qualities. It's very interesting to understand here. Now you say the Buddha's disciples are only the monks and nuns. Can there be somebody who can attain Sotapanna without being a monk or nun, maybe a Buddhist? Is it possible?
Yes.
It's possible. That means
lay people.
There may be lay people also, they may from different traditions too. Sometimes. We never know. They have less karma. But when you want to attain Sotapanna, you really want to understand the Buddhist idea. But the lay people also can attain Sotapanna level, Sakadaga, Anagami, Arahanta. They might attain, but they need to be a part of the Sangha. So here it is said that they are worthy of offerings and they are the disciples of the Buddha. Etesu dinnani mahappalani. Dinnani means if you offer food and other things in those hit individuals, then what will happen? Mahappalani, you earn a lot of good karma, lot of good merit, right? That's why you are offering that, right? Idampi Sangi Ratanam Panetam. This is also a jewel that you find in the Sangha. Etena Satchena Suvattihotu. On account of this truth, this is a truth also because these are all truths. May you be well and safe. Now, it's very interesting to see another thing here. That is what we call by in one of the suttas, which I cannot remember now. The Buddha talks about 3 fields of merits, punya ketta. You find this? Do you find this term in any of your chanting places? Punya ketta. Punya ketta. Ahuneyo, pahuneyo, dakhineyo, anjalikaneyo, anuttarang punya ketta.
Oh, punya kitam.
Okay, the Sangha is the unparalleled merit field. What is a field? You see the cultivation places, right? It's a field. You actually plant crops and you see the harvest. But Sangha is the best place for your merit in the name of a crop. You create crops, you plant your crops, that is good karma. You create a lot of good vipakas after that. In one sutta, which I can't remember now, the Buddha said there are 3 punya kettas. There are 3 punya kettas, fields of merits. Now, I actually emphasize this in many places, let's say giving a Dhamma talk time. The Buddha said there are 3 fields of merits, punya kettas. What are they? Can you guess?
Oh, merits. 3.
No, you don't find it, but you just try to guess.
Merits, is it offering the requisite to the Sangha? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is already said in the Supadipan notes. So you know 1. What are the other two places? So who are the other two, individuals?
Family member.
Mother is one
One.
punyaketa. Father is one punyaketa. And then sangha is one punyaketa. Now, the Buddha said this to one guy. See, you offer dana to the sangha, right? But you don't know that at your home there are two punyaketas always available. Take care of your mom, take care of your dad. They are two fields of merits. I know there are some folks who would like to give dana, but they don't take care of their mother and father, which is pretty a bad thing. I know there could be some issues with their mother, father, but we should try our best to take care of them because we have only mother, one father, but you will find many sangha everywhere. But mother, father, we had to start our dana practice from mother, father, and then sangha. Okay, so here, ye puggala atta satam pasatta chattari etani yugani honti. There are 8 wise individuals that have been praised by the Buddha, in which they represent as 4 pairs. Te dakhineya sugata savaka. These wise 8 individuals are also the disciples of the Buddha and also are worthy of offerings, dana. Etesu dinnani mahapalani. When you offer dana towards them, you create a lot of good karma. In addition to this teaching, I brought you to another sutta which I can remember, in which we see another 2 fields of good merits are the mother and father. Idampi sanghi ratanam panetan. Now, because this is about the sangha, this is one of the jewels that we find in the sangha. On account of this truth, may you be safe well for it. Okay, so we did the 2 stanzas today, the 5th and 6th one. Any questions overall?
Bhante, can I hear the pronunciation again? Punya Ketam, isn't it?
Punya Ketam. There is an aspirate.
How do Ketam?
K-H.
So Ketam,
K, not K, Ketam.
Ketam. Okay. Ketam.
Ketam. When you see H after any letter, that letter has to be pronounced with an emphasis, not Ketam. Ketam. Yeah, Ketam. Yeah.
Ketam. Okay, Punya.
Punya Ketam. Ketam means field, actually, paddy field, a place where you plant your crops. Now, these crops are not mango or jackfruit. These crops are merits. So there are 3 wonderful punyaketas. The first one is mother. You take care of your mom, dad. The first one mom, second one dad, third one is sangha. See how the Buddha asks us to practice dana. Take care of mother, father at home, and then you come to the practice with the sangha. So then you take care of every aspect of your life, your next life as well as this life too. Okay, any questions?
Bhante, is there any minimal numbers for sanghika dana? How many is it a minimum?
I don't think there is a number because setting a number can lower the level of the degree of the merit. If so, there's no number. I think the number is decided based on your capacity at home. Let's say if you can only accommodate 5 months, 2 months, then go for it. Otherwise, there is no number. There's no number. But nowadays, even the Theravada Buddhist culture has some numbering towards giving dana. Let's say somebody passes away, then 7-day dana, 3 months dana, 1 year, second, third, 4th year danas. There's no such thing. But what I understand from my reading is that they set numbers because they think otherwise they will forget about it. If you then have numbers, you do it 7 days, 3 months, 7 months. Actually, in real Buddhist text, the Buddha said, If somebody passes away, give the dana as soon as you can, because that person is waiting for your good karma. Don't take time. But you can't do it with a regular temple. The monk might say, you don't need to bring it today, but just had the funeral today, right? Just wait for the 7th day, because now it has been ritualized to a level where people can come as a ritual. But in terms of what's really happening behind the scene is that once somebody passes away, she needs karma, good karma. What you do is you are holding those days he or she has to wait for, because you are not giving good karma. So if you can't do that particular dana, at least you do your own dana in a different way. Also do that regular dana too, because you can't sometimes bypass the rules, what you call the cultural norms of a temple, right? Going to what you call hurt somebody. But what is really happening is when somebody passes away, she wants good karma. She can't wait for it, right? You have to give good karma as soon as you can. But for you, you have a big funeral, you have to wait, you have to treat other friends, families, talk to them, what's up next. So you are dealing with a lot of other things. But for that person, she needs immediate good karma in the real sense. So no numbers, Aliana. There's no set numbers. So it depends on how many monks you can accommodate at home. Now, I also want to say, please do not misunderstand from today that because I said the personal danas, sanghika danas are greater than personal dana, it doesn't mean that stop giving personal danas. You may continue, but also understand the theoretical background that we see in the text. It's always depending on what you want to do. It doesn't mean that you have to stop all the personal danas and only give sanghika dana just for your selfish tomorrow, selfish next life. But how your good karmas are generated is based on these sanghika danas and the personal danas. Now, the Buddha told Mahapajapati theory, Arahan Mahapajapati theory, the reason why I don't want to accept the robe that you made for me is this. So if I accept it, I know you are an Arahan, but I want to show other people an example. Because I go to the monks and nuns, then only if you can offer this to me in front of monks, nuns, and me, then you are doing the best sanghika dana. That's why the Buddha said, bring it to the sangha. Because if you give it to sangha, I'm also part of it. If you only give it to me, there may be only a personal dana, which is called as the first personal dana. Now, you know the importance of Dhamma in the perspective of Samadhi. That was number 6, right? And also here, you know, the importance of Sangha from the point of offering to 8 individuals and 4 pairs. And also dakshina, how the dakshina has to be performed with 14 personal dhanas and then 7 sanghika dhanas. Any questions finally? Otherwise, we will do our transfer of some merits. Also, you might understand that, see how many important teachings are inside these stanzas. If you do understand these teachings that are in these stanzas, you will get blessed a lot. Looks like there are no questions, right? So I'm going to then move on to the transfer of some merits. Okay. So let's reflect upon all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today by discussing another 2 stanzas from the Ratana Sutta and discussing, engaging engaging in a Q&A session as well. May all these good karmas that we've been creating so far be transferred to all the departed relatives who passed away in the name of all of us, in this life, in previous lives. If the departed relatives who have passed away in this life or who had passed away in previous lives, reborn in a bad state of place, of course, health, may they be able to transition into a better place, good place where they can practice Dhamma and listen to more Dhamma. And then may they be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's recite the stanzas for the departed people. Petas. Idam me jnati nantu sukham punyatayu. Idam me jnati nantu sukham punyatayu. Idam me jnati nantu sukham punyatayu. May all good karmas that we've been accumulating in all these ways be shared by all the devas, nagas, and all these mighty, powerful beings. May they bless all of us, including Chief Monk, other monks, and everybody here who have participated and who could not join, but they will be listening, watching later. Everybody of us and your families, friends, everybody, may they bless all of us for good health, quality of life, all prosperity, safety. May the Devas, Nagas, Mahitikas also be well and happy. May they also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Say the stanzas for them. Ittavatach ammehi sambhatang punya sampradang sabbe deva anumodantu sampasampatti siddhya. Ittavatach ammehi sambhatang punya sampradang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sabbhatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha Bummata Deva Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanam. Akasattha Bummata Deva Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanam. Akasattha Bummata Deva Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanam. Finally, let's make our great wish, which we've been always doing. May all the good karmas which we've been doing so far be helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. By the power of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, may you be well and happy. May all your sufferings go away. May all your fears go away. May all the diseases go away. I also wanted to bless you with a couple more stanzas. Please receive the blessings. Abhivadana Silis Nichang Vaddha Pachayino Chattaru Dhamma Vaddhanti Ayuvannu Sakhang Balang Ayurarukya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Nivache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samishatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You a good night and then take care till we see next Friday. Today is the first day of July, so it's a fresh new month. And wish you for the safety, comfort, and all the good things.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.